What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy, Catalin, for coming through and boosting up the coin. So, we got an unfortunate update right now. Another team light skin. Whopper for you, man. Anthony Yarde has come out finally from the horse's mouth. We've seen Tunde chatting a whole bunch, and now we got the resident team light skin down bad. He's fell off bad, this guy. Explaining why he ducked Buatsi, and at the same time trying to sell us Yarde versus Lyndon Arthur free. He reiterates this 3 times. That's the fight he wants. And he also drags in some other ancient mummified individuals like Andre Dirrell. You know, Dirrell was knocking around when Carl Froch was... Come on, people. Come on. We're talking 2 decades ago. Anyway, let's get to the bars from this corny light skin cat. Here we go.
These fights are not happening. They're taking other routes. I've spoken to Buatsi personally. So as Tunde said, you're the friend of the friend. You're a third party. You're hearing what other people are saying. And for me, the fight, there's no reason on my side. This fight cannot be made. I'm open to fighting Americans. You know, Andre Dirrell called me out. I said, yeah, okay, cool. He's a big name in America.
He's a big name in America. He's 60 years old. He must be 60 years old. How old is this guy? Literally watches people. Andre Dirrell. Oh, his name in America. Maybe 15 years ago he was, when Carl Froch was fighting him. Look, 2009. The best part of 2 decades, people, ago. This guy was relevant. Literally. What's he done since? Yeah? Not even been active. He had like 1 fight every year on average for the last 15 years. He lost to De Gale. 10 years ago he lost to Horsehead. Yeah, you can't lose to Horsehead 10 years ago and then what? Bambi punched up De Gale. Deshot. James Deshot got punched up by Eubank. And these guys are small as well. These guys ain't 175ers. Carl's a 168 pounder. These guys aren't 175. So an old, pumped up, he might have started at middleweight. An old, pumped up super middleweight. That's what you think's real people are licking their chops for. Oh, well, you know I'm not ducking this fight. You know I want this fight. There's no reason I'm not having this fight. What? People, what we know for a fact is, Buatsi's fought Willie Hutchinson. But I think Willie Hutchinson's actually fighting Lyndon Arthur, is he? Or someone? I'm not sure. Maybe not, actually. No, he's not fighting with Lyndon Arthur. The point is, Willie Hutchinson at the time was coming off a great win. Buatsi punch him up. Callum Smith's solid. Buatsi's fixing to go in there with him. The point? I'm sorry, I never believed it anyway, to be honest. The rumours were at the time, Frank Warren wanted Yarde to fight Buatsi for a 50-50 split. Yarde went diva and said, no, I'm the A-side. Buatsi brought the world title contendership type thing, because Yarde didn't have no ranking like that. And Yarde brought a bit of the profile. How much profile does Yarde have? Tunde says, oh, he can walk down any street in America and be known. That's cap. That's cap. Complete cap. Wilder was a world champion, heavyweight world champion, and no one knew who he was. So that you completely capping. His name isn't Patrick, I throw an NFL ball Mahomes, is it? It's Anthony Yarde. Yarde could walk down the streets in East London and most people wouldn't know who he was, is the actual truth. Boxing fans might. Hardcores. Not Joe Public will not know who he is. Stop playing with them weird narratives. Oh, IB, but he's about to fight 50-year-old Andre Dirrell, so that'll get him... What? Andre Dirrell? Of all the Americans out there, I know Benavidez is busy or whatever, but at least throw some name. Dirrell? And the reason I'm bringing this up is, or pointing this out, is because this shows you the psychopathy. Is that the right word? Probably not, but it will run with it. This shows you the psychopathy, the mental state of this light-skinned Donny. Yeah, this is hereditary. This mindset here. Oh, let's fight Lyndon Arthur a 3rd time because I feel safe there. Yeah, it's like Ben Whittaker going back to fight that Ezra dude who was no good. He feels safe there. Oh, I know I can beat Lyndon, so that's safe for me. He don't know he can beat Buatsi. And it's different losing to some Russian Donny. Yeah, Beterbiev or Kovalev. It's foreign and they're hard, so it's okay. If you get punched up at Wembley against Buatsi, it's a bad look for you. Completely different. You're an underdog in them fights. You'd have been maybe not now, but at the time, you'd have been the favourite to win, and you get punched up in your own manner. It's a whole different kettle of fish, and I believe Buatsi wanted that fight. He showed that at this point. Is Buatsi perfect? Did he duck Bivol? Maybe, but at this point, I'm sorry, people, if you're prepared to fight Callum Smith, who doesn't have no belt, that's a hard fight. If you're prepared to do that, Callum Smith and Yarde are interchangeable on their night. On their night, they're different fighters, but on their night, they're probably as hard to beat. If that makes sense. Yarde at his best is a similar amount of hardness to beat as Callum Smith at his best. So if Buatsi is happy to run it for Callum Smith, which is a much smaller fight, he's getting much less reward, I'd assume, for a Callum Smith fight than he would a Yarde fight. Why would he take a similar level difficulty as Yarde? So you're telling me he's ducking Yarde, but he wants to fight Callum Smith, who's a similar level and less reward? No. Buatsi would have took the Yarde fight. Boxer signed or were involved with Yarde for that bum of the month Latvian Deliveroo driver. Yeah? That's a fact as well. They were setting it up. Ben Shalom didn't get Yarde on that card and probably pay him a decent amount of money for what? For you to just hang around fighting Andre 50. Andre, I was relevant 20 years ago. Dirrell. Was he? And he damn sure wasn't paying you to fight that Latvian Deliveroo Uber Eats driver to fight Lyndon Arthur. That is a stinker, man. A true stinker. These are the two names you come up with. Andre Dirrell and Lyndon Arthur. Wow, you're light skin. I don't even need to look at this dude. I can just tell you. Oh, his skin's light for sure. He's zesty with it. Low T. Yeah, he has an effeminate. A lot of these light skin cats, they grew up same as me, single parent household. Yeah, just hanging with a bunch of women's all the time. Your nan, your mum. Estrogenic, man. Estrogenic. Always looking for the easy way to. Let's do. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Lyndon's. And I'm going to show you the video. He starts trying to sell, not once, you heard it mention it once already. He starts trying to sell the Lyndon Arthur fight. Let's get to that part now.
I'm open to fighting anybody. Lyndon Arthur free.
Yeah.
Makes sense. You know? That's the thing. He can come out of retirement or whatever he's doing. I can have a tune-up fight against someone like...
Lyndon Arthur free makes sense. He can come out of retirement. So you're digging out two fossils. One of which you beat already, handedly. And this other fossil. Andre Dirrell. Those are the two that come... It's like whoa. Light heavyweight's a popping division as well. Let's have a look at the light heavyweight division. Let's have a look at it, because I know it's popping. Obviously, the top of the... Well, you're not at the top anyway. You never get a rematch with Beterbiev or Bivol. Or a fight with Bivol. You never get that. You're not at that level. This division is popping. Yeah? To be fair, actually, it's top heavy. There's a bunch of bums on here as well. There's a bunch of bums. So actually, Yarde is at the bottom of the top. He had to fight... Essentially, this list shows Beterbiev's fighting Bivol, Benavidez is fighting Morel, Buatsi fighting Callum Smith. So Yarde's been squeezed out, essentially, of the big fights. But even a Vosdik. Yeah? We've just seen Vosdik give... what's his name? Benavidez a half-decent fight. So that's got exponentially more relevance and ranking value than Lyndon Arthur and Andre Dirrell. He's not even ranked, Andre Dirrell. But these tell you the conversations him and Tunde be having. People don't mention names unless they're sitting there wanking off about it at home, right? These names didn't just pop out of nowhere. They obviously sat there and said, ooh, yes, America. He's not even big in America. It's not like, let's say Canelo was 50 years old, like Andre Dirrell. It's not like, oh, we're talking about a Canelo fight, who's 50. That would make sense. That's a big name. Andre Dirrell was never a name like that. He was never a Mayweather or a name where it's worth dragging him out of his pension. Yeah? Think about it. Andre Dirrell's collecting his pension. He having to sign on to collect his pension every week. So for him to forgo that, it has to have some value for everyone, right? Hey, Andre, don't collect your pension this month. Come fight me. Right? He's not going to break. Come on, people. Andre Dirrell's not going to stop collecting his pension to fight on Anthony Yarde. What's that going to do for Yarde's career? This sums up Yarde's career, though. I've said this. Oh, I've been out the ring for a year. I need to warm up. Same as Lawrence Okoli. Same principles here. They have one or two good fights, lose them, And then it's, oh, I'm repairing. Oh, I've been out for a year, so I need a bum. It's just bum of the monthers is what you call them. That's the category. They should make a belt for it, to be fair. Dudes who are chronically addicted to fighting bums. And Yarde is one, Okoli's another. That's a fact. And nothing to do with me. Out of his own mouth. Yeah, Lyndon Arthur will be great. Wait till you hear these next bars. He starts trying to sell it. This will be the fans will love this fight. What the
like Lyndon Arthur.
Yeah.
While I'm waiting for this Buatsi, I'm not gonna wait for these guys. You just said it yourself. Inactivity has been my thing.
This is the next pitch now. Oh, I'm not waiting for these guys, so I have to fight Lyndon Arthur to stay busy. Meanwhile, you just fought the Latvian Deliveroo driver on Sky, which would have... Buatsi was there. That fight was there to be made. You went through all that. You ducked the negotiations. Fact, he must have. Because Buatsi's in a fight. There's no reason that fight wouldn't have been on the February 22nd card if Yarde had wanted it. It's got nothing to do with Frank Warren this time. Right? Frank Warren at some point could be involved. But if Yarde had put... And the other thing you have to notice, people here, Yarde hasn't come out and said. He could have come out and said after the Latvian driver, Deliveroo driver, Buatsi, I want you. Yeah? And made a big scene. And stated his intentions. At the time, he said, oh, well, the numbers need to be right and business needs to be done right. That's code for I don't want the fight like that. I want to talk about and posture for the fight, but I don't really want it. And here we are now. Again, classic Yarde strategy. He waits till he hangs around, waits, and then complains, oh, no one wants to fight me. No, Buatsi wants to stay active. The only person I hear complaining about inactivity is you. Because everyone else is booking fights. You're being a diva on purpose. Because if you diva so much, oh, I want 80%, I want 60%. If you're unreasonable enough, especially in the age of turkey, yeah, a 50% split of a turkey bag is more than the 60% split of the Frank Warren Buatsi bag, which would have been a year or so ago before Turkey got in the game, right? 60% of the Frank Warren Moody Queensberry show versus Buatsi is probably half of 50% of a turkey bag. So all you're really doing is, oh, well, it's not, I want 60. 60 why? Because last year, 60 was, call it 6 million. And now 50 is 10 million. So what you can play, before you wanted to make your mind up, do you want to get paid a lot of money or not? You're quibbling over whether it's 50 or 60%. And at the same time, let's say, for example, obviously it's not true. Let's say, for example, Yarde was offered 10 mil to fight Buatsi. You're telling me you're going to get even $500,000 to fight Andre Dirrell. So this tells you it's not really about the money. It's about the money would be, I want the biggest fight, which is Buatsi. And you've taken it. Because 50% of a Buatsi fight is 10 times more than Andre Dirrell at least. And the same as Lyndon Arthur, 10 times more. So stop lying. It's not really about the money. It's about bum of the months. And it makes sense to some extent. Why not? Strategically, yeah, it's better to collect 2, 3, 4, 500 grand paydays. You're going to take no damage. You know you're going to win them. Than it is to take a $5 million fight that you might get punched up in. Yarde would prefer to do 10 of them a year. Yeah, pay me 200 grand and I'll fight bum of the month every month. That's what he'd prefer to do. If Ben Shalom came to him and said, listen, Yarde, we got a $2 million deal. You can fight one complete stiff every month for the next 10 months. He'd take that over a 5 mil Buatsi fight in one night. He would. That's what he's doing here. He wants to collect the pennies and take no risk, unfortunately. And I like Yarde. He did very well against Beterbiev and Kovalev. But I think Tunde don't know what he's doing, ultimately. That whole Ben Shalom boxer situation was supposed to lead to the Buatsi fight. And you're sitting here pitching Lyndon Arthur, and we're going to get to that now. You've heard it once already. That was the weakest one. He keeps going back to it. That was at the 7-minute mark, or 6:30-minute mark. Now watch how many times he mentioned Lyndon Arthur again.
I've been inactive. I'm the best light heavyweight, in my opinion, on the planet. But I've been inactive. So it's going to show in certain situations. Like the last fight. It's going to show when I'm in the 7th round against Beterbiev. It's because I've been inactive.
Winnie Cena.
Oh, come on, people. Too many ads, man. It's pissing me off.
Be able to achieve, or what you would anticipate there's a distinct possibility you can achieve in terms of who you fight and where you go?
Okay, so I wouldn't say options, but what would make sense for me? I want to be in big entertaining fights. I want fights that the fans actually want to see. I'm sick and tired of having these fights where people are questioning or saying, why is he fighting him or whatever. Any of the domestic light heavyweights, that's Lyndon Alpha. That's obviously Smith and
You've done
Buatsi.
that.
It's true.
Lyndon Arthur. Oh, I don't want to piss the fans off no more, bums. Lyndon Arthur. Listen, Lyndon's okay. He's obviously not a bum. The point I'm making. If you don't want to piss the fans off, Lyndon Arthur will piss the fans off. We've seen it. Simon Jordan's about to say that now. What's this guy on? And that's the second time. I'm going to show you 3 times. In about 6 minutes, 5 minutes, Yarde mentions Lyndon Arthur like it's a banging, finger-licking good KFC fight 3 times. And each time is more like, oh, the fans want to see a banger, so I'm going to give him Lyndon Arthur. So him and Tunde have been sitting at home choking the chicken off over Lyndon Arthur. Yeah, because they know it's sweet. They know, we'll go in there, stick it on him, and then get paid. He thinks it's a big fight. So it's relative to the Latvian Uber driver he fought last time, probably is a big fight. What did he get for that? 200 grand maybe? Let's call it 200 grand. Lyndon Arthur's going to be 500-600 grand. That's a good lick. Yeah, if you can fight someone, if you're the level of Yarde, and you can fight someone like Lyndon Arthur for 500 bags, that's a good lick. But it's low T, because you had the Buatsi shot. Yeah, and Buatsi, you talk about, I'm tired of waiting. Buatsi's tired of waiting. That's why he fought Willie Hutchinson. That's why he's fighting Callum Smith. He's actually tired of waiting. And you light-skinned, corny-looking ass.
Knocked him out, cleaned him out.
It's true, but then give me another option. I'm not going to sit there and wait.
So what you're saying is...
And that's a fight that still sells.
True, but...
See, look, you hear that there? Well, that's a fight that still sells. Lyndon sells, man. Look, that's a fight that still... Delusional. How does that sell? On what planet does that sell?
Saying, why is he fighting him or whatever. Any of the domestic light heavyweights, that's Lyndon Alpha. That's obviously Smith and
You've done
Buatsi.
that.
It's true.
Knocked him out, cleaned him out.
It's true, but then give me another option. I'm not going to sit there and wait.
So what you're saying is...
And that's a fight that still sells.
True, but do you think... No. Anthony, I like watching him, so I'm inclined to watch him in whichever fight he goes into. But I've seen him deal with Lyndon Arthur. So I'm looking at it going, well, if I'm not seeing Anthony Yarde in with Josh Buatsi, or I'm not seeing him in with maybe Callum Smith again, depends upon the outcome of this particular fight, then where
Ant's going is you go now, you've got Joshua Buatsi fighting Callum Smith, so that fight is happening. Yeah. He can't sit around.
Spencer, stop trying to suck Anthony off. The reason, this is what he does. He sits around, refutes doing business, refutes signing the contract with Buatsi, and then says, "Oh, I'm not waiting around." That is the bum of the month. That is the bum of the month culture, the bum of the month mentality. I'll sit here, be a diva, not get involved with no real business with Buatsi, for example, or Callum Smith, and then be frozen out and complain and get to fight another bum. Be excused to fight another bum. But we've seen that playbook already. Oh, they either hang around and don't fight for a year. Oh, I need a warm-up fight. Or they're active, fighting bums, and I can't get a big fight, so I've got to fight another bum. This is just standard tactic here. Play the victim. Oh, I can't wait, I've got to fight a bum now. No, negotiate properly. You should have been in there February 22nd with Buatsi. That's what you should have done.
So of course,
and wait for the winner, because he's going to be inactive for too long again. Yes, right. He needs to be active and have a...
So now he's waiting for the winner. Yeah? People, don't forget what happened here. Before Buatsi fought Willie Hutchinson, what was Yarde doing? Waiting for the winner, fixing to fight the Latvian Deliveroo driver. That's what the narrative was. Oh, I'm not going to take a big fight now because I'm waiting for Buatsi. Buatsi wins, beats Willie Hutchinson. Yarde beats the Deliveroo driver, the Latvian Deliveroo cat. Okay, let's make the fight now. Do you think Ben Shalong brought him onto his card to not do business with him? No, he didn't do that. Of course that was the intention of Buatsi and Boxer and Ben Shalong. Yarde sits there, bees a diva, doesn't reply to emails and or asks for too much money or too much of a split. Turkey gets pissed off, sacks him off. Oh, I can't wait now. Now I need to wait for Callum Smith and Buatsi. And then let's say Buatsi beats Callum Smith. Same thing will happen. Nah, I'm a diva and not enough money, not enough split. Oh, I've got to have a... And it will keep on. I think he's worked it out. He's worked the game out for himself now. He's worked out taking 2, 3, 4, 500 grand fights that are complete bums is better for him. That's what we can conclude now, because it's been 2 times now. We had to wait for the Willie Hutchinson fight. Now we're waiting for the Callum Smith fight. No, it's finished. He'll never fight Buatsi. He's my base case now. Anyway, there's one more time he starts shilling for the LYNDON fight. Here it is, the 3rd time now. The 3rd time in 5 minutes is sucking LYNDON for free off. Here we go.
You go.
But then who do I fight while I wait?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You need someone that's going to be competitive.
Dan Aziz.
Dan Aziz, but come on, he's just come off 2 losses.
Yeah, I suppose.
Dan Aziz will be a fun fight, because Dan Aziz will throw his hands. LYNDON's like all faffy and butt twitching. That's actually, honestly, that's a more intriguing fight. Dan Aziz got robbed in his last fight as well, my ad. Oh, he's got 2 losses. So this shows you Yarde's mentality. He don't really want to have a scrap. Aziz will bring it and have a scrap. He might get stopped against Yarde if Yarde's on his day. That'll be actually, honestly, Yarde versus Aziz is an interesting fight. It's not one I would have wished for, but that's actually worth watching, if that makes sense. Yarde versus LYNDON for free. We've seen it twice already, and both fights weren't interesting. The first one was a stinker. He was both faffing around. And the second one, you just mauled him. Aziz will at least punch back. I mean, it's brand new. And it's on Boxer. It sets up for the Buatsi fight. This shows you Yarde is not serious at all. He wants gimme fights. I'm not saying Aziz is a massive puncher, but he's a bigger puncher than LYNDON. And he's more positive with it as well. He'll make a fight. Yarde don't want that. I'd have been more... If he'd have come out talking about Dan Aziz's name, I'd have given him some credit. Well, not credit, but that would have been okay. That would have been borderline. LYNDON? You bugging, man. You're super bugging with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You need someone that's going to be competitive.
Dan Aziz.
Dan Aziz, but come on, he's just come off 2 losses.
Yeah, I suppose.
I understand your point, but I think LYNDON is still, on paper, a more entertaining build-up and fight.
Probably.
Yeah.
Whilst I've got you here, before I let you go.
Probably. So again, that was the final pitch. You've heard him pitch LYNDON for free 3 times. So that's where we're going now. If Ben Chalong's cucked into doing it, that's what will happen. I hope that this guy gets frozen out now. He's a free agent. No one's got any obligations to him. I think Ben Chalong's down bad. A lot of his people, Ben Whittaker, Fraser Clark, all the light skins essentially got punched up. It's bad right now. So boxers becoming like a light skin hideout camp where you just go there and get punched up if you got light skin. That's what it's become now, unfortunately. So yeah, I think Ben Chalong will say, oh yeah, I could do with another decent name that's been built for me already. So he probably will do it for him. But in reality, he should be frozen out now. People like Yarde and Okoli should be told now, if you want to fight, you fight proper names. Or you go back to somewhere else. You go back to Channel 5. Yeah, you fight proper names, or you go back to Channel 5. We're not putting you on Sky versus delivery drivers where you go life and death and it makes everyone look bad. You look bad, the promotion looks bad, it's a stinker. You go life and death, don't even give the fans a knockout. Not do it no more. That's what should really... He's earned that now. He's earned more inactivity for himself. He's had ample opportunity, and if the best he can throw us is LYNDON, I don't want to see it. I wouldn't even watch it live. I'd just highlight it the next day. That's the truth of that fight. I'm not interested at all. Aziz, I'd watch live. It's got a bit of intrigue. We haven't seen it before. Aziz will come to fight. LYNDON, I think that's really it. The way he's selling it as well. Look at this guy. One more time. The way he's selling this. It's like, whoa. Where they find these guys at, man? Only a light skin could do this one here.
But come on, he's just come off 2 losses.
Yeah, I suppose.
And he's slagging off. He's slagging off Aziz as well. Like what's LYNDON done, man? What's LYNDON done? Come on.
Someone that's going to be competitive.
Dan Aziz.
Dan Aziz, but come on, he's just come off 2 losses.
Yeah, I suppose.
I understand your point, but I think LYNDON is still, on paper, a more entertaining build-up and fight.
Probably.
Yeah.
Whilst I've got you here, before I let you go.
Salman Jordan, probably. Absolutely not is it a more entertaining fight. The first one wasn't entertaining at all. The second one was only entertaining because LYNDON was a heavy bag. And that sums up this whole segment, this whole 5 minutes of him blowing LYNDON off for a trilogy that no one wants, shows you what his mindset's at. Dig in pocket for no risk. Get him out of here. Freeze him out. Let him sit on the bench some more for another 2 years. Back to Channel 5 for you. is my base case. And I like Yarde. At one point, I'd have backed him to beat Buatsi, but this mentality and his last performances, no, he's finished. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like the bell 100%. There's no doubt about this one. People, stop it.